There is a moment every single year where Apple fans stop scrolling, tech YouTubers stop prepping thumbnails, and every single rumor mill on the internet catches fire. And folks, we are officially at that moment again. Apple is gearing up to drop the iPhone 17 lineup, the new M5 iPad, and the iOS 26 public beta. And whether you're an Apple superfan or just someone wondering if your current device is about to be made obsolete, there is a lot to unpack. So let's dive into what you actually need to know. No marketing fluff, no buzzword bingo, just the stuff that matters delivered in plain English. Let's kick things off with the iPhone 17 lineup because let's be real, that's what everybody cares about first. Apple's reportedly planning to shake things up a bit. According to solid leakers like Mark Gurman and Ming-Chi Kuo, the iPhone 17 lineup will consist of iPhone 17, the base model, iPhone 17 Plus, the Pro, and the iPhone 17 Pro Max, or possibly even Ultra. Yep, we are back to 4 models. But here is the kicker. Apple might be changing the sizes again. The Plus model could be getting a slight size reduction, while the Pro Max might be getting even thinner. Word is, Apple's been working on a super slim redesign for the 17 Pro Max, almost like an iPhone 15 Pro Max and a MacBook Air had a baby. Slim, light, and premium. The iPhone 17 Pro models are also expected to get a 18 Pro chip, based on the 3nm tech, upgraded Face ID tech, better selfie cameras, possibly 24 megapixel front-facing camera, improved titanium frame, anti-reflective coating on the screen, just like the iPad. And the base models? They will probably just get last year's chip, the A17, and stick with the aluminium. Still good, but not game-changing. And design-wise, it is gonna look familiar. Flat edges, dynamic island on all the models, finally, and possibly a new color or two. Oh, and if you were hoping for USB-C on the base models, keep dreaming, it is coming. But Apple is dragging its feet. Also, keep an eye out for small design details, like a rumored redesigned camera bump that's a bit more symmetrical, and potentially new camera sensors to boost low light performance. Now, if you're coming from an iPhone 15 or earlier, sure, it is probably worth looking at. But iPhone 16 users, unless you're craving the upgraded cameras or care deeply about how thin your phone is, you might be fine holding off. Also, the pricing. Expect the same story as before. $799 starting price for the base iPhone 17 model, with the Pro Max likely going above $1,199. And yes, storage upgrades will still cost an arm and a leg. 1 to 1 terabytes? Get ready to skip rent. Battery life is expected to improve slightly too, thanks to the more efficient chipsets and better thermal management. But do not expect massive gains. Apple tends to stretch battery life more by optimization than throwing in a huge battery. Now let's talk about iOS 26, the software that is going to power all of this. The public beta is dropping soon and is bringing some solid changes. Let's start off with Apple Intelligence, AI, smart replies in messages and mail, on-device summarizations for emails, articles, and notes, and context-aware suggestions for Siri. This is basically Apple's big AI push, in a sense, their answer to Microsoft's Copilot and Google's Gemini. It is subtle, not flashy. Think smarter, not showier. Helpful, but not creepy, hopefully. And it's not just text-based AI. Apple is experimenting with voice synthesis for Siri, smarter calendar suggestions, and even draft generation for writing longer documents or emails. It's not revolutionary, but it's Apple doing its usual trick, waiting until the tech is useful before launching it. Next is better customization. So more lock screen widgets, ability to place app icons anywhere on the screen like Android, different lock screen profiles depending on focus mode. Yes, Apple finally decided that maybe we can be trusted to put icons where we want. Miracles do happen. And the number 3, revamped control center. You can now scroll through pages, customize layouts, add third-party app toggles. It is a small thing, but it makes a big difference. Finally, some real control over control center. And the last but not least, app updates. Photos are getting better search and categorization, basically AI powered. Messages now has scheduled send. Why did it take so long? Notes app can transcribe audio in real time. Safari gets page summaries and smart highlights. And here is a list of iPhones that can run iOS 26. iPhone SE, 3rd Gen, iPhone XR, XS, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16 series. You get the idea. And yes, Apple Intelligence features will only work on iPhone 15 Pro and newer. So if you're using an older phone, you'll get iOS 26, but not the fun AI stuff. Classic Apple move. And if you didn't know this already, here is how to install the public beta. Go to Settings, General, Software Update and click on Beta Updates. Select iOS 26 Public Beta and then do not forget to restart your phone. Boom. Just don't forget, beta software can be buggy as per its name. So maybe do not install this on your main phone unless you like living dangerously. Now Apple also plans to launch a new iPad with the new M5 chip. This thing's going to be stupid powerful. We are talking desktop class performance in a paper thin tablet. And here are the expected features. OLED display on Pro models, better pencil support with new gestures, Face ID improvements, more RAM, up to 16GB on higher end models, Thunderbolt support. It is basically an iPad that wants to replace your laptop, but it won't. And the only problem causing this is the iPad OS. It is still limited compared to Mac OS or even Windows. Great hardware but with meh software. But if you use it for media, drawing or light productivity, it is a monster. Also worth noting, there is a rumor that Apple may allow external display support without mirroring. So finally, using an iPad for real multitasking might be less of a headache. Pricing will be steep, of course. That's the Apple way. The M5 iPad Pro might start around $1,099 and climb higher depending on screen size and storage. And just like the iPhones, don't expect ports to come back in style. You will get USB-C, but the headphone jack is still history. And the accessories? Probably even more expensive than ever. Apple might also refresh the Magic Keyboard, making it lighter and steadier. And rumor suggests Apple is working on new pencil features like hover gestures and touch sensitivity on the barrel. Alright, let's all stop pretending we're all tech reviewers and get real for a second. If you've got an iPhone 13 or older and want better cameras, longer battery and future-proof AI features, yes, iPhone 17 could be a good call. If your iPad is older than your nephew's Fortnite account and you use it daily, the M5 iPad might be the upgrade to wait for. And iOS 26? Well, you're gonna get it regardless. But if your phone cannot handle Apple Intelligence, you might start thinking about that upgrade a little harder. But remember, new does not always mean necessary. Unless you really need the upgrades, your current setup might just be good enough for another year or two. And with prices creeping higher, it is totally okay to skip the hype cycle once in a while. So here are my final thoughts. Apple is obviously not reinventing the wheel with the iPhone 17, the M5 iPad, or iOS 26, but they're polishing the hell out of it. Better chips, smarter software, sleeker design. It is Apple doing what Apple does. Slow, steady upgrades that make you think, maybe I do need that. But you probably don't. Anyway, that is all I got for today. Be smart. Do not buy just for the hype. And if your phone still works, maybe, just maybe, let it live for another year. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.